I had an entirely different video planned for this week, but since we are in the midst of another grueling heat wave, I thought I would try my hand at vlogging, something I've never done before, so I'm just trying to get into the swing of that. Because of the heat wave, I have been spending a lot of my time in places that have air conditioning, because being at home, even with a fan on, just isn't enough. So I've been spending it in places that have really good air conditioning, where I can just relax. I can eat lunch in peace without sweating through my skin. So I thought I would vlog a little bit of that. So it's just a few snippets of my days meshed together to make what I hope will be a successful first vlog. As you can see, I did a bit of shopping too, and one of the things I bought were these Fila Disruptor trainers. Now, I know these trainers are very controversial and a lot of people have a lot of very negative things to say about them, but personally I love them. I've always liked them. I do like how they look, and also they are really cheap, because especially for my size, I wear a children's size too, so I can get them really cheap because of that. And something that I don't like to talk about is, a few years ago I couldn't walk. For 8 months of my life I couldn't walk, and it took a very long time to be able to walk on my own again, unaided. And these trainers, I still to this day suffer with pain and swelling in my legs quite a bit, and it can make walking, and I love walking, but it can make walking quite a difficult task. So these trainers seem to be the only ones that I've ever found that make that pain a bit more bearable. Between the structure around the ankle and the padding inside, they offer the correct amount of support that I need. I had planned to either show the clothes on hangers or even do a try on to show what I bought, but in this heat it is far too hot to do that. So I just thought I'd talk about them instead and insert photos where I can. Some of the photos won't be of me wearing them, but I'll do my best. So one of the first things I bought was this really beautiful cropped polka dot jacket. The second I saw this, I thought I have to have that. It just looked so chic hanging on the hanger in Zara. Everything I bought is from Zara unless I state otherwise, but as soon as I saw this I thought yes, I need to try this on, and I'm praying and hoping that it fits and looks okay. It was in the sale, so I don't know if they still have it. But my idea, like in the photo, is to wear it with a pair of white smart trousers and a black lace satin cami. Then I bought this pink fitted blazer. To me it's stated as a blazer online, but to me it looks more like a fitted jacket. This, you can't tell properly in the photo, but it's slightly ribbed. I loved the way it fit, and I thought this would look good with a pair of jeans and just a simple top underneath. You could wear it for going out, I suppose, too, but what drew me to this jacket was the silver button detailing on the cuffs, and it has the little strap on the back with the silver details. Then I bought this brown satin halter neck top. I'd had my eye on this top the last few times that I had been into Zara, and I was deliberating over whether to get it, and I was also going back and forward on whether to buy it in the chocolate brown colour, or they had it in this sort of sage / khaki green colour. But in the end I chose the chocolate brown because I thought I had more items in my wardrobe that I could pair that colour with easier. Like that, I thought this would be so elegant for a nice dinner out somewhere. A nice pair of trousers, nice little heels, and of course a beautiful bag. Next up is this pink fitted shirt. Of course the reason I was drawn to this shirt was because of the colour, but also when I touched it and felt how soft it was, I thought yes, definitely have to have that. For me, clothes, like everything in my life, but clothes especially, they have to invoke a feeling in me. Everything I choose for my life is based on how it feels to me. I am a very, would the word be sensorial woman. Textures, fabrics, everything, just, it has to feel something for me. It has to fit just this kind of atmosphere that I like to surround myself with. That goes for everything in my life, but especially clothes. So when I felt this and felt how soft it was, I thought yes, definitely this feels like something that would be so good to wear. And I thought this would look good, like in the photo, with a pair of white trousers. I suppose it would look good with jeans too, and it's not for me, but if you're into kitten heels, then I think it would look good with a nice pair of capri trousers and some kitten heels. I also bought this yellow ribbed fitted top. I loved the neckline on this. I thought it was a great item to have because you could wear it both dressed up or casual. It would look great with a pair of smart trousers or even jeans or even a pair of joggers. Then the next thing I bought was this blue ribbed ruffle sleeved top. Again, the idea behind this was for something casual that would look good on a dress down day. Then I bought this pink top. Wait, it's a fine knit top, when you look at it, it does, in person, it does look kind of shimmery. It isn't overload shimmery, but it does have a little shimmer to it. And I thought this would be great as a little cover up in the evening over a string vest top. I mean, in this heat wave, we don't exactly need a cover up at night, because even around 10 p.m. it's still sitting at like 24 degrees or something, which is a nightmare to sleep in. Something I always mention on my videos is that I personally don't care about trends. Not because I'm trying to be different or anything like that, not at all. For me, like I've said before, I purchase things purely based on my true preferences, and if it is something I genuinely like. I don't care if the items that I wear or the pieces of furniture I use to style my home, I don't care whether they're seen as trendy or fashionable or stylish. I dress for me. I dress based on what feels good to me to wear, what makes me feel confident, what makes me feel like I can move through my day comfortably. Something that I like to look at when looking in the mirror or looking around my home and surroundings. I genuinely don't care about trends, or even for that matter opinions on things. Like if someone wants to tell me that, oh, that's not in style. For instance, the Fila trainers I bought, I know that right now the trend is, I think is it, don't ask me the numbers of them, but the New Balance trainers, I only know that they have numbers attached to the styles because of my daughters. That's the only reason, or else I wouldn't know. They're not personally my style of shoe, but I can see the look, and they look good on my daughters. But for me, I couldn't care less about what shoe is trending, what's the next style, what's in for this month and out next month. I genuinely couldn't care about that. For me, like I've said, everything is about building a specific atmosphere, an atmosphere that feels calm, an atmosphere that feels like me, that suits my character, my preferences, my personality, and the things that I genuinely like and love. I've also picked up a few homeware bits. I'm currently on the hunt for a new home, and to say it's going slow would be an understatement. By now I must have viewed a few dozen houses, and nothing seems to quite fit what I'm looking for, so the hunt carries on. But in the meantime, I've picked up a few bits that I want to have for my future next home. I bought this ribbed glass carafe. I just think it looks so beautiful sitting next to your bedside lamp. At night I always have to have a drink of water by the bed because I wake up multiple times throughout the night and I always need something to drink, and I thought this would be perfect for that. Something else I always do, which is a bad habit that I'm trying to stop, is I have a little dish at night that sits next to my bottle of water, because when I wake up throughout the night I always have a craving for chocolate, and one of my favourite chocolates of all time is Black Magic, and I usually have one or two of those sitting on a little dish on my bedside unit so that I can nibble on them through the night. It's something I'm trying to stop, and hopefully I'll succeed in that. Also, in the ribbed collection, I have this glass storage jar. I'm not sure what I will use it for storing yet, but I just thought it would look really nice set out on a worktop. Then I have picked up this champagne gold cutlery set. I have a vision in my head of the table laid out with this cutlery and a specific dinner set in a certain colour and style. I have this made up in my head, but I can't seem to find the correct dinner set that I'm looking for. This is something that I'm so guilty of. I always get the idea of something in my head, whether it be clothing, household pieces, shoes even. I'll have the idea in my head of what I want. I will search high and low for that specific item, and most times it doesn't exist because like that is made up in my head and I'm left disappointed. But I'm still on the hunt for that dinner set. Then I have this set of ribbed glassware. As soon as I saw these, the fact that they were pink, they were ribbed glass, I thought I have to have these. So I picked up the whole collection. I love the little gold rim on them, and I'm thinking these would look great set out on a bar cart. I'm thinking a little glass bar cart with a gold frame, and I just think this with a little decanter would look so nice. So that's it for another video. If you liked this, make sure to subscribe for next week's upload. Until then,